Did you know there are 10 questions that can completely change the way a woman sees you? These aren't cheesy pickup lines. They aren't sweet compliments. They are weapons. Each question is designed to break through her emotional walls and plant a thought in her mind that she won't be able to forget. Because here's the truth. Most men never stop talking about themselves, and that's why they lose. Machiavelli said it perfectly. Power isn't about what you say. It's about what you can make others reveal. Women don't fall for the loudest man in the room. They fall for the one who makes them open up, who makes them feel. And these 10 questions, they create exactly that. Mystery, desire, emotional contradiction, the kind of feelings that make her think about you, even when she doesn't want to. This isn't about cheap tricks. It's about strategy. Because real seduction doesn't happen with your words, it happens in her emotions. And once you know how to ask these questions the right way, with perfect timing and silence as your weapon, she'll never be able to see you the same again. Let's begin. Question 1. What kind of man is hard for you to forget, even if he wasn't good for you? This question is powerful because it doesn't touch her logic. It touches her memory, her emotions, and even her hidden addictions. You're not asking about the nice guys she says she likes. You're not asking about the safe choices. You're asking about the man who left a mark, the one who made her heart race, even if the relationship ended badly. Every woman has that one man who made her feel alive, excited, and maybe even a little out of control. When she starts answering, she's going to remember how it felt. The chaos, the thrill, the obsession. And here's the secret. While she's feeling all of that again, she's feeling it with you. She's opening a part of herself most men never get to see. But you must follow one rule. Do not judge her. Don't laugh, don't tease, don't interrupt. Stay calm and keep strong eye contact. Let her feel safe while sharing. This makes you different from every other man. When she finishes, say things like, "That says a lot about you. I like what you're showing me." These simple lines make her feel understood, and that is rare. Because here's the truth. Most men are scared of this side of her. But you welcomed it. You made her feel safe in her chaos. And once she feels that with you, she won't just remember the man from her past. She'll start associating those same deep, addictive emotions with you. Question 2. What's the most dangerous thing someone ever awakened in you? This question is not just a question. It's a silent trigger. It doesn't demand details, it doesn't sound pushy, and yet it instantly makes her think deeper. When she hears it, her mind begins to explore her memories, the things she usually keeps locked away. You're not asking about everyday stories or safe answers. You're asking about her dangerous side, the side most men are too afraid to even touch. And that's why it's so powerful. Most men try to be safe. They want to be the nice, easy guy who never challenges her, never stirs her emotions too much. But here's the truth. Women aren't drawn to safety alone. Safety is comfortable, but it doesn't make the heart race. What truly attracts a woman is the feeling of controlled emotional danger. The kind of man who makes her feel alive, like there's something unpredictable just beneath the surface, but he's calm enough to handle it. And that's where you stand out. When you ask this question, do it slowly, calmly, with steady eye contact. You're not trying to dig for gossip or personal drama. You're showing curiosity about a part of her that no one else sees. If she hesitates or gets nervous, don't rush her. Don't push for an answer. Instead, lean in slightly and say softly, "It's okay. Sometimes danger is beautiful too." That single line flips the entire frame. Now you're not judging her. You're not afraid of her darker side. You're the man who can hold it, understand it, and even appreciate it. And in that moment, something shifts inside her. She begins to trust you with the parts of herself she usually hides. She starts wondering, could this man awaken something dangerous in me too? Could he take me somewhere no one else has? That combination of trust and curiosity is magnetic. It plants a seed in her mind, a seed that grows every time she thinks about you. Because now you're not just another man, you're the man who's calm enough to handle her secrets and strong enough to awaken something deeper. And once she feels that, you become unforgettable. Question 3. What signs does your body show when someone attracts you but you don't want it to show? This is one of the most powerful questions you can ever ask a woman because it bypasses logic and dives straight into her subconscious. You're not asking her directly if she's attracted to you. You're not fishing for compliments or validation. Instead, you're framing yourself as the man who can see beyond words, the man who can read her even when she tries to hide how she feels. When you ask this question, do it slowly and calmly. Maintain steady eye contact as if you're already observing the answers without her needing to say a single word. She will immediately begin thinking about the moments she's felt attraction she wanted to hide. Maybe the slight trembling of her hands, the way she bites her lip, how she avoids holding someone's gaze for too long, or the nervous smile that gives her away. And here's the real magic. As she's describing these signs, she'll naturally become more aware of her body in the present moment. She might fidget in her seat, shift her posture, or look away. That's your moment to lean in slightly, hold her gaze, and calmly say, "You just did that now." Then stay silent. This one simple line, delivered with calm confidence, instantly creates tension. Not the playful kind of tension that disappears in seconds, but the deep, magnetic tension that draws two people closer without a single touch. She'll feel exposed, but not in a bad way. She'll feel like you truly see her, like you can read her body language in ways other men never could. And that's what makes this question so powerful. It shifts the entire dynamic. You're no longer chasing or trying to impress her. You've put her in a position where she's wondering, can he tell I'm attracted to him right now? Is he reading me? That's the silent game of desire. You don't need to flirt openly or over-explain your intentions. You simply create moments of tension and let her feel them. Because tension, held with calm confidence, is the secret language of attraction. And once she feels it with you, she'll crave it again. Question 4. What's your most hidden weakness? The one only someone truly special could ever find. This question isn't just about the words. It's about the feeling it creates the moment you ask it. It's like stepping into the quietest corner of her mind, the place she doesn't allow most people to go. You're not asking to satisfy your curiosity. You're telling her, without saying it outright, I want to understand you, not judge you. I want to see the parts of you no one else sees. When you ask this question, don't rush. Lower your voice slightly and let there be a pause after the words leave your mouth. Watch how she reacts. She may look away, play with her hands, or even laugh nervously. Most likely, she'll say something like, I don't think I should tell you. Good. That's exactly the response you want. Because what she's really saying is, this is too personal. I don't normally share this with anyone. This is where most men fail. They push too hard, asking, come on, tell me. But you lean back slightly, give a small knowing smile, and say calmly, you don't have to. I'm already imagining it. Then stop talking. That one line flips the dynamic. Instead of you chasing her vulnerability, she now wonders what you're imagining. Is it accurate? Does he already know me that well? Has he already figured me out? Now you've created an invisible bridge between you, a private, intimate space that no one else shares. She feels emotionally exposed, but at the same time, safe in your presence. And that combination is addictive. Because here's the truth. Women don't fall for men who only make them feel beautiful. They fall for the men who make them feel seen. This question does exactly that. It makes her feel like you can reach the parts of her she hides from the rest of the world. And once she feels that with you, she won't want to let it go. Question 5. What does a man do that makes you feel in danger, but makes you want him even more? This question is where true obsession begins, because you're not asking about her comfort zone. You're not asking what makes her feel safe or relaxed. You're asking about her emotional edge, the place where fear and attraction collide. That space where the heart races, where her thoughts blur, and where she feels alive. Most men never touch this subject. They play it safe. They ask predictable questions about what she likes in a partner, about her type, or what makes her feel secure. But that's not what pulls a woman into desire. When you ask this question, you're inviting her to explore the part of herself she rarely talks about, the side that craves tension, unpredictability, and emotional danger. The part she might even be ashamed of admitting exists. And you must ask it calmly, with presence. No judgment in your tone, no pressure in your body language. Just steady eye contact as if you already know the answer and you're simply allowing her to speak it out loud. She might hesitate, she might look down or smirk nervously. She may even say, "I don't know if I should tell you this." That's exactly what you want, because the hesitation means you've hit a nerve. And if she opens up and says something like, "I'm attracted to men who don't need me but still choose me," you've just been given the map to her deepest desire. Now you understand what kind of energy makes her pulse quicken, the kind of presence that makes her want to lean in even when she can't explain why. But here's the key. Don't use this knowledge to manipulate her. You don't pretend. You don't fake being that man. You embody it. You cultivate the self-control and strength that naturally creates that danger she spoke of. Because when you live with quiet confidence, when you can walk away but still choose to stay, you become unforgettable. This one question doesn't just give you information. It gives you the blueprint for the energy that will live in her mind long after you're gone. And that's how you become the man she remembers and can't explain why. Question 6. What's the craziest thing you'd do if no one ever found out it was you? This question is not just playful. It's a psychological key. Because when you ask it, you're not asking about the safe, polite version of her that she shows to the world. You're reaching for the side she hides, the one that fantasizes, that dreams, that has impulses she never dares to say out loud. Most men never go this deep. They stick to questions that are logical, predictable, and surface level. But this question slips past her walls. It taps into her secret world. And here's the beauty of it. The moment you ask, her imagination will switch on. She'll probably smile. She might laugh nervously. She may even say, "I don't know if I should say this." That reaction is exactly what you want, because if she hesitates, it means she's imagining it. She's picturing the things she might never tell anyone. And while she's imagining it, you've already linked yourself to that fantasy without her even realizing it. This isn't about making her confess anything, it's about creating a mental connection. And that's when you deliver the line that deepens the moment. "You don't have to tell me." Just thinking it means we already share it. This is powerful because it flips the energy. Instead of pressuring her to reveal, you let the silence work for you. Suddenly she's no longer answering your question. She's playing a private game with you in her mind. That silent game bonds you. It builds tension. She now sees you as the one man who made her imagine things she doesn't even say out loud. You didn't flirt, you didn't touch her, but you created intimacy at a level most men never reach. And here's the secret. Once you create that shared, unspoken space, she'll think of you even when you're not around. Because she won't just remember what you said, she'll remember what she felt. That's how you enter her mind. That's how you stay there. Question 7. How do you act when you start falling for someone, but don't want to admit it? This question is subtle, but it's one of the most powerful emotional traps you can set. Why? Because it doesn't ask her about you directly. It makes her think about herself. It makes her picture how she behaves when she's catching feelings, even if she doesn't want to. And here's the secret. The human mind can't separate imagination from reality. If there's even a small part of her that's beginning to like you, her brain will now connect that feeling to this moment. She won't be thinking about someone from the past. She'll be thinking about what she's feeling right now. Most women, when they start falling for someone, show signs they're not even aware of. They might pull back a little. They might get nervous, quieter, or even act colder, hoping to protect themselves from rejection. This question makes her admit it, without realizing she's admitting anything about you. And when she answers, that's your moment. You smile, look her in the eye, and calmly say, "So if you ever pull away from me, that means I'm getting to you?" Say it slowly, with calm confidence. No laughter, no nervousness, just a soft, knowing smile. That single line flips the frame completely. Now, every time she even thinks about distancing herself, She'll remember your words. She'll wonder if you're right, and that thought will sit in her mind, quietly working against her defenses. Because now, when she pulls away, she's not protecting herself. She's confirming she's falling for you. That's how you get into her head. Without pressure, without direct confrontation. This isn't about making her confess her feelings. It's about creating a silent link between her emotions and you. From that moment on, she can't ignore it. She can't hide it. Because you've just named the exact thing she's trying not to show. And that awareness makes her feel like you see right through her. That's not a line. That's psychological presence. And once she feels it, she won't forget it. Question 8. What left the biggest mark on you from a man, even if he's no longer in your life? This question is deceptively powerful. You're not asking who the man was. You're not digging for names or details of old relationships. That would make her defensive. Instead, you're asking what left a mark. What action, what gesture, what energy stayed with her long after he was gone? And that makes her open up. She might talk about a moment of kindness that changed how she saw herself. She might talk about a man who challenged her, who pushed her to grow. Or maybe she'll reveal something darker, a wound, a betrayal, a kind of fire that left her changed forever. Whatever she says, you'll be listening to the blueprint of her emotions. You'll know exactly what energy has the power to move her. And here's where the psychology gets deep. The brain doesn't separate memory from reality. When she recalls that experience, the emotions tied to it reappear in her body as if it's happening again. And because you're the man sitting in front of her as she's feeling it, her mind begins to link that emotion to you. You don't have to copy what the other man did. That's not the point. The point is to understand what moves her deeply, and then reflect that energy in your own authentic way. Maybe she values strength with compassion. Maybe she craves a man who can lead with quiet confidence. Maybe she wants someone who sees her fully without trying to fix her. Now you know. And once you begin to naturally embody those qualities, you won't just be a man in her present. You'll become the new memory tied to the emotions that shaped her. And that's how you install yourself into her subconscious, without force, without games, simply by understanding what leaves a lasting mark and becoming that presence in her life. Question 9. Has anyone ever attracted you and you couldn't explain why? At first, it sounds like a harmless question, but it isn't. The moment you ask it, her mind begins to drift. She starts recalling those times when someone completely disarmed her, when attraction hit without reason, without logic, and she couldn't control it. And here's where it gets powerful. As she's remembering those moments, a new question forms quietly in her head. Am I feeling that with him right now? That's the psychological hook. If she answers yes or even hesitates, hold her gaze. Stay calm, lower your voice slightly, and say, sometimes the things we can't explain are the ones that matter most. Then stop. Say nothing else. Because it's in the silence that this question does its work. Her mind will keep spinning, connecting those memories of unexplainable attraction to the present moment with you. You don't force her emotions. You don't try to convince her. You simply create the space for her to feel and let her own imagination do the rest. That's how a simple question becomes a moment she won't be able to forget. Question 10. If someone could understand you without you saying a word, what place would they have in your life? This question isn't about you directly, but it's designed to make her think of you without even realizing it. The moment you ask it, her mind starts painting a picture. Someone who truly sees her. Someone who understands her feelings without her having to explain. Someone who makes her feel safe enough to let her guard down and just be herself. And the more she thinks about that image, the more she'll unconsciously connect it to you, because you're the one who asked the question. If she answers with something like, someone like that would be rare. Stay calm. Hold her eyes and reply softly, maybe not as rare as you think. Then stop. Let the silence do the rest. Because that pause plants a seed. Her mind will start linking the depth of the question and the feelings it brings up with you. You don't need to convince her. You don't need to explain yourself. The silence becomes a thread tying you to her thoughts. And when a woman starts imagining you as the man who just gets her, You've already stepped into a place in her life most men will never reach. Final words. If even one of these questions made you think, just imagine what they'll do to her. These aren't casual questions. They're designed to bypass logic and go straight to emotion. Use them with timing, use them with presence, and most importantly, use silence as your weapon. Because silence makes her think, and thinking about you is the beginning of obsession. Now tell me below, which one will you try first? And if you watch this video fully, comment the word trigger, tap like, subscribe for more strategies like this. Because in the right hands, words aren't just conversation, they're control.